Hello guys. So in this video I'm going to tell you about the custom services, how you can create a custom service from scratch. In the earlier version I have told you how you can work with the OData. Okay, so actually in the OData you get a OData URL. Okay, and in the custom service you get a SOAP URL. Okay, so SOAP service. So what is the difference between OData and a custom service? If you are creating a data entity, actually you are exposing the current table. Okay, and you want to import the data into the table. Okay, so that is also also integration point. One is this custom service. So using the custom service, what you can do is you can have your own methods. You can run your queries, you can run your different logics before importing into the data. So you are actually exposing a direct method. Okay, and those methods are then integrating with the D365FO tables. Okay, so to get this data, we are actually exposing this exposing our APIs to the outside world, and we are telling them, okay, if you will give us this particular data with this filter, though you will be able to get, you will be able to post, or you will be able to delete. Okay, so those things you will be able to do. And what I will tell you for this particular scenario, what I have done is I have created a table. Okay, you need to create a table. So those who don't know how to create a table, how to create the EDT, I have already created few videos on it, and you will get right now in the in over the net also. Okay, so no problem in it. Okay, so what I did is, let's start with the video part. And what I will show you from the post method. I will show you the methods, how to create a record, how to read a record, how to read all records, update a record, or delete a record. Okay, so these are the 5 methods I have created. But to start with the custom service, how you can create it, this PDF file I will be giving you on the in my description as well. So from there you can copy. Okay, so now let's get started. First thing, step number 1, you have to create a MyTestTable, which is a custom service. So we will create a MyTestTable. So I have created, this is an example. You can take any of the examples. So MyTestTable, this is the table where I have created. Yeah, this is the MyTestTable. Okay, so what I will do, I will go to the open open this table. Meanwhile, one more thing I will do, I will go ahead and open the table browser as well. Okay, meanwhile it is getting open, we will work on our table. Okay, so in this table I have added 4 fields as I told you: MyIsActive, MyValue, MyTestId description, and MyDescription. Okay, and these values I have taken in the EDTs. Okay, so if you will find out the enums, so you will find out the MyIsActive. So this is actually a boolean field, and for the boolean field we are creating a EDT, and then we have to define it in the properties. I will show you the properties of this one as well. For that I need to, yeah, now you will go to the properties, and there is a enum type. Okay, so for creating a boolean value, boolean field, you can create an OS like this. Okay, so this is done. And then I was telling you about the tables. These are the 4 tables. You have to prepare an index for it. So my test IDX, and this is the field my test ID. I have taken it as a, I can take a logical example also. I can take a real-time table also, but due to the time consumption, I'm just taking it as a my test table and my values. Okay, so like this, don't be confused. You can, if you go further, you will be able to do it like this. Okay, no problem in it. Then once my table is created, this is the data I have right now in the table. Okay, and then what you need to do, this is a scenario. My test table is created, then custom service, and as I told you, create a record, read a record, update a record, delete a record, read all records. So these things we are going to do. Okay, so those who want to know how to create a project, and then once the project is created, you have to create a model, that those things I am not considering right now in this particular part. So next thing what you need to do is, you need to create you need to give a label of the table. Okay, support in memory. Okay, so these are the few properties which you have to define, then add the field. These things I have told you. Then labels, you give the labels to it, then create a primary index. These things are very simple. Okay, no need to no need to give more time on it. Creating a field by IDT, and then adding the table, adding it on the tables. Okay, so this table, which this table looks like this, as I have shown you in the table browser. These are the four field: data area ID, rec version, partition, rec ID. These four fields are inbuilt system inbuilt fields, and these four fields I have added. Okay, so what I want to do is I will hide the system field, and what I want to show up the show up these things with you. Okay, so now let's go ahead and let's go to the create request data contract. So what is a contract actually? In this a contract is actually a class. Okay, you need a request and response. Request for input and response for output, what output you are going to give. Okay, so for that we have to create a contract. Okay, so this is the my test request contract. Okay, so the first one is the request contract. I have created a class of it. So if you go into the classes, you will find out that there is a request contract. Okay, so first thing, you have to prepare a request class and a response class. So what is there in the request class? So yeah, so let's go from the start. So request contact. So firstly, whatever is your EDT, you have taken a variable for it. Then you have just, it is a get set value. Okay, so you are receiving the value and then you are returning it. So this is actually your request. Okay, so whenever, as in my screenshot, as in my PPT, what it is showing, request is actually the input value and response is the output value, what you will take in from the system whenever an API is called with some input, right? Input criteria. So, and response is the output. So you have to create a response table also. So in the request table, we only have the get set values. Okay, so now then there is a revised contract. Okay, so in this one, what we have done is request contract. Okay, so request contract, this is the response contract field value. Okay, so what is this response contract? Whenever something is coming up to you, you have to send a response also. Okay, so let's say for example, I have asked you this thing, that give me all the customers. So in the this is a request. When the system completes the operation, it will give some request. Okay, so we have prepared a success message, and data attribute ID is the my test ID, my description. Those things you have to do. Okay, so this is the request, this is the response. Very similar, same thing, same properties you can also utilize. Okay, same, no, not much changes are there. Okay, then there is a third class we have to prepare. Okay, so this is the third class which I have prepared, which is a single response data contract. So this is a contract, response contract actually. Okay, so this class is actually the method class. This is the main class actually. My request collection response. Okay, so what I have done over here is we have prepared a data contract. We have prepared a class on it, and then list my test records. So first thing we have done is ensure public list. Okay, then what we have done is over here, this is just a normal class, test collection response contract. My test response contract, my test response contract, sorry, not this one. This is the contract class. Now we have to define the methods. Okay, what methods we are going to define? So create a collection response data contract. This contract will be used for read all records methods. Okay, so it will have all the methods actually. Okay, so you will have your all the collections. Okay, so then there is a service. This if you will not prepare also, then it will work, no problem in it. Okay, this actually this contract will be used for read all records methods. Okay, so whenever there is a actually um method we have prepared, okay, in the service class, so that method, whenever all the records needs to be read, this class will be utilized. Okay, so now the main class is the service class. If you are not creating this class, then also it's fine, but main class is this MyTestService class, okay, which has all the methods in it. Okay, so let's go one by one into the methods, what actually it is doing. So if I go to class, and then we are defining the private, okay, my test response contract. So the response contract, this is the one. Okay, so whenever this is called a private method, a contract method, okay, so it is taking the parameters, okay, parameter my test id, parameter my description, which contains the my test description dot my value, whatever the value, okay, what actually is the table, okay, so this actually contains all the for all the fields in the table, whichever you want to connect in the service response, for those you have to give all these things. Okay, then create new record in a my test table. So now from here the methods have been started. So create record, if you want to create a record, you have to create a response contract, okay, a variable of response, and then the table name, and then the string, what actually is my test. Okay, so my test is equals to underscore request dot parameter my test id. All the things you will understand. Okay, you can copy the code and you can reach till here and then understand what actually the system is doing. Okay, firstly try to do it once in your machine, okay, and do what actually I am doing, and then you will be able to do the same, okay, and understand the code logic as well. Okay, we will debug these things also, and then we will check also. Okay, now what is happening now, if my test id is equals to blank, my test id cannot be blank for creation, and then you have a TTS begin and try, and then select first only my test where. If rec id is not equals to 0, then false, record id will already exist. Else what you need to do is you need to create this response. Okay, so without wasting the time, what I will do, I will show you this create record, what actually it is doing. So here we go, yes, create record. Okay, so firstly you will go to the Postman, and then I think this is the first one. So to check this particular mm, to check this API, okay, create records, what you need to do is you need to give the service, you need to give the URL of your environment, then API, then services, then my test group, and my test service slash create record. From where this my test service group and my test service is coming up, that is documented. Okay, firstly just I'm showing you what actually it is going to do. Okay, so you have to get the token. So to generate the token, you have to do few stuffs like application registration, then getting the secret value, adding the secret value. These things are defined in the OData class. Okay, you can take the you can follow that and save it in the system in your Postman. Okay, now what I have done, I have gone through the post and save token. I have saved the token, added that token in the authorization bearer token. This is the post request, and then I went to the body. What I wanted is I will go to the table over here, table browser. This is test 005. I will add a test 006 value. Okay, so let's add this one. So whenever you are using a API, you will always use the post method. Okay, so because you are sending some request to the server. Okay, so now test 006, my value will be 110.65. Okay, and then my value is equals to true, and then I will send the value. If everything is okay, it will create a record. So it has created the record over here. So this is the use of your custom service. Okay, now I hope you are getting the point. What actually it has done, it has come up over here to create a record. It has checked that, okay, this request contract, it has checked the request contract, then it has created a response contract variable, and then it has checked the response parameter success. This is a function in the system, and this is the message. This is these things are created in the, if you go to the response, these classes are created in the request. Okay, so if I go over here, what you need to do is go to the definition of it, and then this is the class created by me. If it is a success, boolean success, and then return success. Okay, so everything is interconnected actually, and the this is the process in which system is working on. So this is the create record. Now what I will do, I will show you. Then I have also used the catch error also. I will take you to the PDF, the documentation. Now create the service class, and once the service class is created, okay, so this is the service class. You have to take the values from here, and then we will come on on all these things. Once all these methods are defined one by one, you have defined all the methods, then what you need to do is, yes, you need to create a service object. Okay, so this is the service and service group. What is service and service group? If you open uscon box and then you will come over here and then API/service. See, if I go over here and I will click on it, API services. So these are the all the services already created by the system. When you will create a service, how to create a service? You go over here and then you click on the add new item, then click on the Dynamics 365, then you click on the services, and this is the service. One service and one service group you have to create. Okay, so what is the service and service group? If you're working on a project, okay, so in that project what you need to do is, in that project this is the services. Okay, so under this, let's say for example TS timesheets, control C, services, control V slash. So under this timesheet services, you have two services. One is timesheet approval and one is timesheet submission. Okay, so let's say for example, if I go over here, this in this service, if I go over here and I will click on it. So these are the services. Inside this service, you have all these methods. Okay, so similarly, I hope you are getting the point. What I have done is I have created my own service group, okay, which will be showcasing to me over here my test service and group. So under group I can have multiple services, and within each service I can have multiple methods in it. Okay, so I have 4 methods which I have shown you. So you will come over here, control V, and these are the services. Create record I have shown you in on the Postman by creating the record. Okay, so you follow this follow this particular PDF and you will be able to get the things. Okay, done. Now service and service group you need to create. These are the actually service group and then service and then method. This is the pathway. Okay, so to create it, it is easy. You need to create first the service, then the service group. So if I come over here and if I show you the service group, so this is the service group, and within this service is there, and then if I click on the this service, under the service you have to add all your methods. Okay, so whatever the methods you have there, so what you need to do is, once you have created the service and the service group, come to the service, attach it, and then new service operation. Under this new service operation, if you go, you have to click on the properties, and then you have to click on the method. Which method? So whatever the service you are going to prepare, all the methods will come over here. Using this property you can do it. Okay, so again we will come back to our code and structure so that you will be able to understand. Firstly, table we have prepared, then we have prepared a response class, we have prepared a request class. Okay, and what these two are doing, whenever you will find the request, how you have to respond, those things are available in those methods, in those classes. Okay, and main class you have to prepare the service class. Within that service class you have different methods. Okay, so These things are clear now. Going further, once you have copy pasted all these methods, you will be able to build and synchronize. And once you build and synchronize, you will be then you ha we I have also added this this getting how to add the authentication. Okay, and then in the Postman you can get all your how to get in the Postman, how to get the new access token. All these things are available over here. Okay, Postman CRUD operation. So how to do the CRUD operation? The first one I have shown you, create. You have to send the request and then send the get the response. Okay, so all the things are over here, and if you follow this particular documentation, you will be able to do it. In short, if I say to create a custom service, what you have to do, you have to create a request contract class in which how you will behave whenever you are getting a parameter value. Okay, so for each field, okay, you have to create a data member attribute and then you have to expose it. Okay, param my is active, and then you have to return that particular value. Similarly, in the request response contract also you have done the same thing. Okay, for success, for message. Okay, so this is a success message, this is the message, and for again you are returning the values in it. Okay, so I hope request and response contract, once you will do, you will be able to get it better. And then there is a my test service where you are defining all your methods. Okay, so read record, let's work with the read record. So to read a record, what I have done, I have come over here, and what I will do, I will go ahead and check the body of it. So I want to read the test 001. Okay, so I will send it. If test 001 is there, it is actually asking for the token. I have already copy pasted the token, so control A, control V. 1 minute. Hmm. Now let's go to the read record and then control V. Control C, read record, token, control V, and then send it. Now this is the test1 record which has a my value, my active value. So you have send the request from here, and in response it has taken the values from the response contract. Okay, and method is defined in the my test service. Against this service, if you go over here, my test service, against this service, okay, so if you go to the properties of it, properties, you have to define the class on it. Okay, so this is the actual link between the service and the class. Okay, so here it is just a collection. The main thing is happening in three classes, which is your request class, response class, and the my test service. Okay, I hope things are clear to you. If you follow this document, you will be you also will be able to create all the services. Okay, and you will be better be able to understand all the custom services requirement in D365FO. Okay, so thank you. Thanks guys. If you have any query, anything while creating this custom service from scratch, those who want to learn from the scratch, I will suggest that ping me in the comment section. Whenever I will get time, I will respond you properly. Else you will get your answers, and at least you will have a basic understanding of your custom services. Okay, so thank you. Thanks a lot.